Hey bud, welcome to today's workout. My name is Jasper. Today is going to be another killer upper body session, but it's not just any upper body session. We're kicking off week 9 of the Hero Legend program and indeed marking the final phase, Hero Legend Ascend. Such grandiose words simply imply we are going to try and push ourselves as much as we can through these last 4 weeks. So let me talk to you about the fresh bevy of challenges, the mainstay of our upper body programming for the next 4 weeks, as well as some changes to the format, only minor. So everything you've been doing, we're going to be building on, both in your strength, but also your understanding of how we approach these workouts. As far as your equipment concerns today, the usual biz, you just want an array of dumbbells. The more selections, the better, but you're going to do really well with something light, medium, and heavy. Outside of that, you can customize the challenge of your workouts by doing longer or shorter sets. That's what's great about the diversity in the time domains that I give you. You can customize things to suit both your abilities, but also your equipment access. Now, furthermore, you're ideally going to have somewhere to sit down. You're going to see me sat on the edge of this bench just for one movement today, I believe. You could be on the edge of a chair, couch, or sofa, and indeed, if you don't have anywhere to sit down, you can do it in a bent-over position. It's simply to allow us to comfortably get our torso into something of a 45-degree angle, but you can do that in a hinge position if you don't have anywhere to sit down. You're also going to see me use a couple of yoga blocks simply to manipulate the range of motion during one of our upper body pressing patterns. If you don't have yoga blocks, cushions, sturdy things, which I'm simply doing to elevate my upper back further away from the floor, you can simply perform that exercise on the floor with a slightly reduced range of motion. Totally cool. So let's talk through the program for today. We're going to be kicking things off with our usual prime business. That is remaining unchanged. We've got prone press. We're going to be lying face down, extending our arms, pressing an imaginary stick behind our head. We've then got some dumbbell external rotations, all right, where we're going to be using a lightweight to train our shoulder rotation. Okay, and then we've got scapular hand release push-ups just to tie everything together. That can be done on your knees or in the full position. Our upper body power move for this phase of training is now going to be into a pull. Okay, now that's going to be the Pendlay Row. Pendlay Row, typically done with a barbell, involves explosively pulling the weight from the floor to the sternum belly area, and then resetting it back on the ground. So we get that nice reset. We're going to be sticking to our typical rep range, although here you have the option if you want to go a little bit higher. Call it 5 to 8 repetitions. Because we're using external weight and not body weight, you've got a bit of room there to play. Bear in mind this is 3 sets. Each set is done at the top of 90 seconds, so we've got plenty of time to do our set, which won't take very long, and then rest. So we're going to have dumbbells on the floor beside our feet, like we're about to do a deadlift, except we violently row them up and bring them down. So that's all about explosive pulling power. Then we're going to come into our foundations EMOM. Now, rather than being a 12-minute EMOM, we are going to be doing an every 3-minute times 4 EMOM. Now, what that simply does, because it's the same amount of work in theory, it just gives you a little bit more room to customize how you approach that. So rather than being bound to every minute window to do our work, at the top of every 3 minutes, we've simply got to do a set of Bradford Press and a set of trap 3 raise. That simply means you can take longer or less time to move between the exercises. You can work for longer if you need to get more out of these exercises, and then resting for whatever's left of that minute. And given that we just have 2 movements, this should allow you to work potentially a bit harder. But let's talk about those movements and how that'll inform it. The Bradford Press, again, typically done with a barbell, we'll be doing it with dumbbells, involves pressing from the front of the body. As soon as you clear the head, you turn, control the weight behind the neck. Now this puts the shoulders in a challenging position. So we're going to start off really nice and light here. But the good thing about dumbbells, unlike a bar, is that you have the freedom to move the shoulder in a position that it's going to like. You're not forcing it into a position because it's stuck to a bar. So we're basically going to have the elbows sort of pointing forward. At the front of the shoulder, we're going to press up and over. We don't have to straighten our arms up. And then we just imagine we're touching the weight behind our head, sort of at the shoulder. So you just notice it's the position of the shoulder that's changing. Each repetition, in one repetition counts as both sides. So it can be a longer set. So we're not going to need really heavy weight to get the most out of that today. Trap 3 raise, all right, this is where we're going to be on sat down or bent over, really light dumbbells, and trying to get minimum of 8 reps, ceiling of 15, I would say, gives you plenty of room to use the tools that you have access to get the most out of this. We want straight arms, we want raising up in that Y shape, and we're controlling down to work all those beautiful little muscles in the shoulder, in the upper back, in the traps, to help support that overhead position and just get our torso feeling even stronger. So we do those 4 rounds there. We're sticking to our 60-second windows, 30 seconds off times 2 for the Fortify. This is going to be the key press. That's where you'll see me elevating my upper back on a couple of yoga blocks just to get a little bit more range. Now that looks like a dumbbell press, except throughout the press we're rotating until our palms are fully facing in towards us at the bottom. That allows a slightly deeper range of motion. It's just a press variation. There's nothing super special about it, but we can get ourselves into a deeper stretch, all right, such as this, as opposed to what we would normally have. All right, slight variation there. Along with then side plank power raise. Now today we're going to be doing these on the knees, but this is designed to train our shoulder, primarily the posterior deltoid, some rotator cuff, and some mid upper back business. So let that be the focus. If you just want to lie on your side and not have to do the side plank bracing part, you can do that. I'm going to be doing this, like I said, on a knee. 60 seconds is a long time. If I have to, I'll drop on down to allow me to really work the target muscles. And then in coming weeks, naturally, we'll be trying to progress to do full plank for some of it, then down to kneeling plank. All right, to mark our progression. Now, coming into the end, unlike our 8-minute AMRAP, this will be a wild card where I'm going to be giving you some fresh challenges each and every week for the upper body. A lot of similarities here, all right, because there's only so many exercises and I don't want us to stray too far from what really works. But today's wild card, we are taking 3 different muscle groups to absolute failure. Now, I ideally want you to find it like a really brutal set, but no, you only have to do one of them. So there will be an 8-minute time cap on this, but we only want to do 1 set. And the first one's going to be a bicep drop set. So this is just straight up good old-fashioned bicep curls, but we're going to be doing a drop set. So I'm going to go a little bit heavier for like 8 reps, hopefully, and then I'll drop on down and take it to absolute failure. And I really want to work hard there. I might even do some lengthened partials. It's just showing you how we can take 1 set and really smash it, which is also time efficient. It's mentally nice because you know you only have to do it once, but it's also challenging because you're going to have to, I really want you to push yourself there to do a hard set. The same's then going to go for a Poliquin lateral raise, different lateral raise variation. I really want us to, again, take those medial deltoids to absolute failure, and then skull crusher to press, where we're going to be doing a skull crusher, which you know well, but once we reach failure there, we drop the dumbbells down to the chest and do a close grip press. Both of moves you have done with me before if you've been following along. So that's pretty much everything. Okay, I'm really looking forward to tucking in some of these fresh businesses. I hope you are too. And let's just keep on keeping on as we have been, like heroes. All right, can you believe we're here? But we're going to focus on being here, not mourning. So I'm prone, I'm face down, just resting my head on the floor. I'm going to imagine I'm holding a bar behind my neck. I'm going to pull my elbows down as far as they'll go. And then I'm going to imagine keeping my hands as far away from the floor as I can as I press out into that sort of Superman knuckles forward position. And then I'm going to scrape my knuckles along that imaginary ceiling to bring it back. You should already feel how that's lighting up the inside of that shoulder capsule.
Halfway there.
Slow and smooth.
Ten seconds. Rest.
Okay. We'll now come down into a nice side lying position for some dumbbell external rotations. So I've got a light dumbbell, elbow tucked onto my hip. I'm starting in this position here. And I'm going to lower it under control. And then open it out. Alright. You can play with your body position if you need to. But otherwise, we should feel this going on inside that shoulder joint.
Halfway there. 10 seconds. Rest.
Okay.
Round 3. Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Okay. And now scapular hand release push-up. Now that simply means we'll be back in this prone position. You can do these on your knees, totally fine. It's not meant to be a killer. The hand release, we're pulling our shoulders back to fully retract the shoulder blade, and then I'm going to press into the ground, fully protract at the top, come back down, and rest. Retract, protract.
Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Okay. Look at that.
Rest.
Nice little transition back to our prone press. Now you will have the option to add some weight to this in the coming weeks if you want to. Very, very light. Even holding a water bottle or something would be tough.
Round 5.
For now, just focus on the control through the space and not letting those arms drop.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Okay, have another go at those rotations. Bear in mind, you probably grabbed something and it might have felt way too heavy. Hopefully not, but easy enough to happen.
Round 6.
Oh, it's a little windy today. Hopefully you can hear me okay.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Oof.
Round 7. 10 seconds. Rest.
And let's take care of a few more scapular push-ups.
Last round. Halfway there. Ten seconds.
I'm going to call it there before I get too burny.
Rest.
Okay, so the Pendlay Row. We're going to be standing as if we're setting up for a deadlift, which is to say feet can be around hip width apart. And we're going to be in this hinge position. Now the good thing about this is we don't have to hold weight here.
Rest.
But if you find being down here uncomfortable or you can't quite reach your dumbbells, you're going to see me with my dumbbells. I'm going to turn them so I don't have to get down too low. And from there, I'm going to violently row them up. A little bit of body English is okay, which is to say that torso rising up a little bit, shunk, and reset. You can spend a few seconds resetting between reps if you need to. The intent here, 4 hour, 5 to 8 reps, is to be explosive. Okay, so take your time. Yeah, now I'm going to come out swinging here with the 30 kilos. If you've never done a Pendlay Row before, or indeed just want to take it steady to practice, grab something moderate to begin with. Okay, so I'm going to be either side here. I'm going to hold my dumbbells there.
Let's go.
Shunk, like so. All right. Cool. I went with 6. 6 was good. Could probably do a little bit more. But that's us. And now I've got all the time in the world to rest, get a feel for things. If that didn't feel so good or it was very awkward, you could elevate them on some cushions or something like that, just to bring them a little bit closer. Otherwise, simply enjoy this rest before we grab something heavier. This will be our power move for the next,
Halfway there.
well, this session and 3 more. So, bed down. And if you need to adjust your weights now, let's do that. This has the potential to be the most weight you've lifted on any of our power moves, simply as it's a strong position, strong muscles.
Ten seconds.
Okay.
Round 2.
Very nice. I'm gonna bring this guy around. I'll be needing him before long.
Halfway there.
Wow, what a ride. What a ride. I'm probably just going to keep saying weird, arbitrary statements like that. My charisma is feeling a little drained today. It's what we call Bank Holiday Monday in England, where people take a day off work. I don't take a day off work. I was in the gym at 7 a.m. But I burnt the candle a little hard yesterday. I went to a concert with my family, who were in town.
10 seconds.
So I'm feeling a little worse for wear, but here we are. Cool, last one, guys, last one.
Round 3. Last round.
Now, one has a lot of time now. We got a couple of minutes before we start our every 3-minute window now, right? So, same vibe. We just get a little more flexibility. All right. Not having to adhere to that clock so much.
Halfway
Top of
there.
every 3 minutes, we're going to be doing our Bradford Press. And then I'm going to sit my butt down for my trap 3 raise. I'm going to start off the Bradford, and I'm going to try and get a set of 8 reps. Now, bearing in mind, 1 rep is pressing from this position, clearing the head to this more awkward position. So you end up doing 16 sort of concentric, eccentric, even if it's in this slightly half position, because we're not going all the way up and overhead.
10 seconds.
So it will get hot quickly. I'll just start with the 12.5s. I suggest you go modest as well, because pressing in that position can feel awkward, depending on what your external rotation is like, which is why we're doing some extra rotation work, getting all those tissues stronger, because they're often underexposed. So just take it steady, let's practice, new challenges. And then we're gonna grab our lightest thing for the trap 3 raise, whatever your lightest thing is. A couple of kilos goes a long way with that movement. Oof. Okay. The hangover will not derail my efforts. Hiya, hiya, hiya. I'm going to perform this standing. You could do whatever you like, seated, standing, kneeling, but I'm going to go standing.
10 seconds.
Okay, and we're ready to go.
Let's go.
So I'm going to squeeze the body, I'm going to press up, clear the head, behind the head, back to the front. That was 1. So see how it's a long set. This one will probably be progressed more with reps than it will be big jumps in weight. Like my next weight up is 20 kilos a hand rather than 12.5. So that would probably be a little bit obtuse, but we'll see. Now here, I'm going to keep my chest long, down to like 40-ish degrees, and I'm going to aim my arms out in a Y shape. So I drive them up and then fight it down. Don't drop them down. You'll see what I mean? Doesn't take a lot of weight to feel heavy here. I'll be aiming for around 10.
Halfway there.
Ten worked for me. That leaves me a nice minute and change of rest here before we go again from the top. Now, I could probably hang around quite satisfyingly at the 12.5s. Just out of curiosity, I will grab those 20s up, see what I can get. I'll probably get tough very fast. So I'll just establish what that is and be looking to break it. Looking to break that score in the coming weeks. So I'll probably be dancing between the 12.5s and the 20s, is all I'm saying. The sweet spot for today's reps would probably be 8 to 10, which is to say 8 to 10 at each position. I doubt I'll get 8 with the 20s, but we'll see. And then I'm going to keep that pretty much static. 8 to 12 with the trap 3 raise. Okay, let's have a looky.
Seconds.
Let's have a looky-loo.
Round 2.
Oh, it's getting dramatic up here. Hey! Oh. Right. That was 6 apiece for me. Getting a little frayed around the edges. We'll get another trappy. Oh. Jolly windy.
Halfway there.
10 is proving tough. But I don't know about you, I quite like this slightly longer rest window here. That works just fine for me. Now I'm going to go back to the 12.5s. And I'm just going to push slightly longer sets. 8, 9, 10 per position rather than the 6 there. But, not that you asked, next week I'll come in and I'll see if I can get 7 or 8 with the 20s. It's just a few ways you can keep track of your strength progress. Oh, there's going to be some work need to be done in post-production for this wind. Okay.
10 seconds.
Hoppa, hoppa.
Round 3.
Oh, it's getting hard quick. That's what she said. No, she didn't. She didn't say that. I take it back. Oh. Let that flush. Okay. Now, Gary, you asked. No, you didn't ask. You said you'd like to hear tales of a PT, of which there are many. Should we crack it open now? Or do we think like a little separate series? Never thought anyone would want to click on that, but I'll do it just for you, my man. Where to begin? Should we do a little teaser trailer? My first year in the industry, I went straight to a gym in the heart of London City. So it's like tip of the spear, thinking, okay, I want to surround myself with sharks. I didn't think I meant literally, but it turned out, well, not literally, there weren't sharks there, but it wasn't an overly friendly atmosphere. Anyway, but I was like, I want to get better. I want to be surrounded by people really getting after it, and let's go in the deep end. Bright-eyed, like, I'm going to change the world. I really care about people. I want to help people. Boy, was I in for a rude awakening.
10 seconds.
To be continued.
Round 4, first round.
Ooh. I'm on fire. Wow, that is so much tougher than I had hoped it would be. All right, get some of these down me.
Halfway there.
Oh man, that was tough. Now bear in mind, my story begins 10 years ago. That's when I joined said gym. But we might as well start in the beginning. Just for the record, I'm getting my yoga blocks to elevate my upper back for the trap 3 raise. Trap 3 raise. So I'll have my dumbbells. They're going to be up here, bums down, that's all good. But as I come down, I'm going to rotate, reach my chest up, and notice my palms face towards me instead of the typical away from me. Like I said, just a nice little variation. We've got 1:40 to play with that. You could do that on the floor. It just means your elbows are going to hit the floor a little sooner. But just an optional extra, nice to have. Where was I? Oh yeah. So I'm doing the thing, I'm waking up at 4 a.m, I'm getting into the gym, I'm cleaning the gym to help make some extra money. And then I'm prospecting for clients, which I was rubbish at. I'm afraid of confrontation, which doesn't really...
10 seconds.
Didn't bode very well at the start of a career. And there's all the other trainers. Big bravado, big guys, confident, you know, they're busy with their PT business. And they weren't like mean, they're just quite abrasive, you know, very alpha. And I remember one of them who was like the drug dealer. He sold everyone all the performance enhancing drugs, and then he sold all of the city workers all of their various extracurricular drugs. Which I'm like, I'm a country boy, fresh to London, you know. And I was like, what is happening here? And he was like, you take steroids, right? You're on gear? And I was like, what? No. My God, no. And he was like, don't worry, give it 6 months, you will be. Every single trainer is on gear here. So that was like, for me, that was like, ah, you know, it's like peering behind the curtain and realizing it's all just,
10 seconds.
you know, messed up. TBC, TBC. It goes further. I'm behind schedule.
Let's go.
Oh no. Okay. So we're up, we're going slowly, rotating, big reach at the bottom, and press and rotate.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Oof. Okay. Not too bad. Come on, Jasper, get it together. Powell raise, I'm going with a 5 kilo. And like I said, I'm going to come into this side plank kneeling position to get my body further away from the floor. I've got this long arm riding up here, and then I'm going slowly down.
Round 2.
Big stretch on the upper back and shoulder. Even let it sort of round forward like that. Fight the gravity.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Cool, that was right on the money. That was hard. Like I said, if the side plank part is too much going on, just come down on your side like so. There. I want to get back to my story. All right.
Round 3. Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
So anyway, I come to learn, second set by the way, I come to learn that just about everyone I've ever looked up to, or everyone that I thought was in great shape, they're all on the steroids, man. It was very disappointing. And it's not the steroids that I have an issue with, really. It's the lying. It's the lies. And I'm sure you guys are all too familiar with that. Social media, the lying, the misleading. Oh, it's a bummer.
Round 4.
But don't worry, the story gets good. Yeah. It has a good ending.
Halfway there.
Oh.
10 seconds. Rest.
Tough cookies. Anyway, so while all these steroid guys, who weren't bad human beings, by the way, I'm not trying to paint them with that brush, but you know, all very confident, cocky, talking about how much money they were making, how you got to do this, you got to do that. Anyway, I ended up leaving that gym within the year. It was not for me. I couldn't hack it.
Round 5. 'Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Oh, really tough, really good.
Rest.
Anyway, you roll all these years on. I was told I was too nice a lot of the time. You're too nice. You're too this, you're too that. You need to do this, you need to do that. But I had a feeling that I had a place in this industry because I really care about, not just about muscles and all that kind of stuff. I care about the person in front of me who wants to get better. And I always knew that's what would make me stand out as a coach.
Last round. Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Okay.
Rest.
Anyway, it might have taken me a long time, but I built a career that I adore. I work in an extraordinary gym with extraordinary people, and I have extraordinary clients. And a lot of the people I know from back then, or knew of, I believe they no longer work in the industry. Because either you're in it for the wrong reason, or you get burnt out, or whatever.
Rest.
So even though those guys were all busy back in the day, I'm not trying to make bitter regards, just trying to pass it down to anyone else who might be listening to this. You don't abandon yourself just because someone tells you you should, or because other people have got signals of success. Especially if you truly believe in a thing, it's good to try not to abandon yourself, because then when you hold the line and it all comes through for you in the end, it's that much more satisfying, you know.
10 seconds.
Yeah. What's happening now?
Let's go.
Oh, right. We should be working. I've been taking my time there. Gary, it's your fault. You got me into story mode. We're going to start off with our curls. Now I'm going to grab something heavy than I would normally do. And I'm going to do an alternating curl like this, one at a time, so I can just work that a little bit harder. As I'm coming down, I'm really opening the elbow forward to try and get the best stretch stimulus as I can. I'm thinking maybe 8 reps a piece, and then I'm going to grab something lighter to do the drop set. Bearing in mind I'm only doing this once, so I really want it to be tough. Unbearable by the end even. I think that was 8. How funny. Okay. It's getting there. Or is it getting there? Okay, calling it there. And then skull crusher. So I'm going to keep my palms sort of facing towards my feet. You could keep them facing towards each other, whatever feels better for you. And I'm just going to rep this until I can't anymore, and then do close grip press. Slow into the stretch. Oh, Bernie, Bernie. Oh, man. Mano-y mano. Into press. It hurts. Boy, does it hurt. Oh. Owie, 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 owie.
Halfway there.
Oh. Oh. Cool. Okay. Now we're going to do Poliquin lateral raise. Now that simply means, rather than starting with the straighter arm up and down, we start with the bent arm, pull our elbows out, and then we extend the elbow to lower. So you get an easier concentric, harder eccentric, which can mean you can use a little bit heavier, but maybe go for your normal lateral raise weight or just a little heavier. Okay, so we come up, you basically do that hammer curl, out, out, down. This is too heavy. I'm going to try some. Oh, it's not looking good for me. I'm holding on. I know it doesn't look great. Oh, hopefully yours looks better. More appropriate loading. I'm just going to have to go to Poliquins to finish because I can't straighten my arms. I'm going to drop set it a little bit more even with these 5s. Too light for Poliquins, but I'll go into the usuals. Oh, sizzle me timbers. Now, that is me done. One insanely ruthless set. Biceps, triceps, and deltoids. Ha. Ha. Yeah, nice. Cool. Well, I don't know about you. That was jolly fun. It's nice to lift with you, nice to talk at you at least. Gary, let me know about those stories. Separate series? Because once you get me started, I will not stop. Right, I'm presuming, hopefully you're with me, we're finished. Stretchy time. We're going to give that puppy dog a go for that nice upper back shoulder flexion deal. So keep the bum high, reach the palms forward. We'll do our usual 5 slow inhales and outhales. Oh, and then going to come down, prone. I'm going to do a bent arm to the side. Oh, yeah. And then just use the leg to rotate your torso into it and find a meaningful stretch. I'm using my other hand to support my head so I don't roll back. Oh. The side. Oh. And we'll finish with some shoulder extension, which will also stretch the biceps nicely. So just walk your hands back until you feel a good stretch. Try to, if you can, pull those shoulders back and open the chest. And you probably won't have to walk your hands as far back. Oh, that'll feel tough. Did I finish my story? I guess I kind of did. But I think about these things a lot. It's important to learn from those that came before you, but sometimes, many times maybe, there is something really important about trusting yourself, you know? Trusting yourself that you have something unique to say and that you need to do it your way. And that, you know, one way or another, it will all come right in the end. Oh, well, I'm going to see you in a couple of days for our new leg program. I hope you enjoyed today. You know, some of the old, some of the new. And I look forward to hearing from you. If you're new around here, if I haven't met you before, let me know who you are. I'd love to connect. Introduce you to the guys, the gang. And indeed, if there's anything I can do to help on your fitness journey, or indeed what you'd like to see from the channel, if I can enhance your experience in any way. That's what I love about this, collaborative. That's why we're the best. I don't say that about anything, but that's why we're the best. And we will be the best. All right, what we do. All right.